But speaking, so we'll move on to our next topic now. Speaking of Snyderverse, let's talk about the Flash trailer. Now we can't show it because Warner Brothers are a bit weird with. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. Don't want to risk it. It's not worth it. So we're going to talk about it.
They're notorious for letting you get away with it, and then they'll come back and get you later. That's what I've noticed about Warner Brothers.
Yeah, they love a retroactive copyright claim, the sons of bitches.
We literally had to, on the first one, we literally had to talk through it, constantly pause it, and put a filter over the video.
Oh, because of an auto claim, or
yeah, it was a visual and audio. But if we were constantly pausing it, talking over it while it was playing, and then putting a filter over the video, that's the only way we got around not getting a claim on it.
Not fun. Not fun. So yeah, we're not going to show the trailer, but let's talk about it. I thought it was quite. I don't know. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. It's a lot of member berries. You get Michael Keaton going, "Do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts." And you're like, you're memeing on yourself now. You're becoming a parody of the meme. I don't like that. You're becoming a serious parody of the meme. Don't like it. Did anyone catch that in the trailer? I didn't like that bit.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I'll go watch it now. Go watch it now. Me and Tom will talk about it. Go watch it right now.
All right. I'm gonna just back out
here. Yeah.
So I don't hear you guys talking, and then I'll
just
jump
come
right
back when you can. Yeah. So Tom, what did you think of the trailer?
Well, I sent you my reaction on Twitter.
Yeah.
But basically, this trailer confirmed even more so all the stuff that I was saying for a while, all the leaks that I've heard about and all the leaks we've read about, and just a little stupid crap. I mean, yeah, there's certain things in here that get me excited and giddy for Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
But I just have to be the guy in the room that reminds people that really this is just Man of Steel done all over again with a chick. Don't forget that.
It really is.
And I warned people of this for a while now. And this trailer really, really solidified that.
Yeah, it really did. It really
and I think
really
between
did.
the two trailers now, we've probably seen all the Michael Keaton bits, just about. At least the scenes that he's in, I'd imagine.
It does seem to be that way. There's not like there was not a.
I know we've seen all the Ben Affleck stuff because he even said he's only in the movie for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I don't know what to think about all of this. The thing is I have heard good things. Everything I've heard about it was good, and actually the main selling point was Ezra Miller. But God, to me, it's just a lot of member berries.
How can you use that as a selling point? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But so I heard it was good because of Ezra Miller. But one thing I heard from the test screenings, which doesn't look like they've changed, was that the CGI was fucking awful. And the CGI in that trailer was not good. I didn't think it looked good. I don't know about you.
No, everything clearly you could tell what was CGI. Yeah, and a lot was.
Yeah.
And I said this before, and some people are like, "Oh, you're just being or whatever." Like I said, on certain things I don't care so much, but like the ones that stuck out to me more was the Michael Keaton. And the reason is he is a 60-some-year-old guy moving more fluently and agilely. Is that the word? He has more agility or whatever the word is I'm looking for now because of the CGI than he ever did in the 89 and 91 films. That's a problem. Yeah. I get it. You can do more now, but that takes the verisimilitude out of it for me because I am already having to deal with the fact that this is a 30-year-old, much 30-year-old than he was before Batman. You know, whatever age he's playing in the movie, you know, it's to me, it's just tough to buy. And you can tell 90% of his stuff is CGI unless he's talking because all that stuff, the action stuff, that's all computer generated. None of that's him. Yeah. It's not even a stunt man. It's clearly CGI. Like you said, you can tell. The Supergirl thing, I'm really not sold on. Like that is really, and I didn't even like Man of Steel, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem with the Supergirl. So what I heard from test screenings was that she comes across very unlikable because she's overly brutal. There's none of that. So I mean, I guess you could probably say a bit like Man of Steel in some regards, right? But she's not. She's very, very, very violent, and this seems to be a trend when they swap men out for women, is that they overcompensate with a character to show that they're a badass, but sometimes it can backfire. And I think that that's potential. Without seeing, I don't know. This is just from people who have seen it, and my interpretation of it is that I think that's potentially what's happened. Is they've overcompensated to make her bring her up to the level of Henry Cavill, Man of Steel, and they've gone too far. But Nick's come back fresh from watching it. Give us your thoughts, mate.
I didn't think it was a bad trailer.
It's not a bad trailer, is it? A lot of member berries, though.
Yeah, a lot of members.
Do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
So I noticed that they probably could have left that out. Kept that to the original Batman movie. The thing I hated about it the most is they're going back to the whole Zod thing and the whole Man of Steel era, but there's no Henry Cavill. It's now the Supergirl. Like, I don't know if this was going to be a bad movie or not, but just from watching the trailer, they could have done stuff to make this a great movie. And now, just from seeing the trailer, I think it's a 50-50 shot if it hits or not. I love Michael Keaton as Batman. I'm glad to see that he's back. Batfleck is, of course, back. I don't know how much of a role he's going to play in there. But man, if Henry Cavill would have been involved in this, and he would have been in there instead of the chick Superman, I probably would be a lot more hyped for this thing. And at this point right now, I'm just kind of like, I really want to see it solely because Michael Keaton's in it. And
that's what they're banking on. This is the thing, man.
Yeah,
they're banking on that,
and it's a good gamble on their part. I gotta at least give them that. It's a good gamble. Nobody's seen him since Batman Returns, and a lot of people really like that Batman. But yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 on if this thing's gonna perform or not. Michael Keaton's definitely the draw, though, without a doubt, for sure.
Yeah, well, that's their play. That's their marketing play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I'm not enamored with it. Like, I'm watching it, I'm like, I can see what they're doing with the marketing. We'll see, I guess. It is a good trailer. That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But also, should anyone care about this now moving forwards? Again, just like Shazam, just like Aquaman. Should anyone care?
It's almost like it's gonna be like kind of like a one-off.
Yeah. Well, did you hear that there's supposedly a Nicolas Cage Superman cameo? As he's as he's going through the Speed Force, he sees Nicolas Cage's Superman fighting a giant spider.
The funny thing
I don't know how true that is, but okay.
Yeah. And
I don't know either, but it's funny nonetheless.
A whole lot of people, normie people, know anything about that. So
I was
when
gonna say that's some very inside baseball.
Yeah, definitely. Like they're gonna see that and be like, "Huh? What was that?" No, gonna totally not get it.
Why is Nicolas Cage in this? In the same thing with George Clooney, it's gonna confuse people.
Yeah,
I agree, but they included that. Do you want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. They only included that for a certain member of a certain group of the audience, guys, and it's not the normie comic book movie going now. The new generation, it's not for them because they don't fucking know Michael Keaton. They don't.
Well, that's a pretty prominent line in the original '89 film, though.
Do you think they've watched that? Do you think they watched the Michael Keaton '89 film?
Probably
really?
A lot of people have. It's still a pretty big movie.
I honestly disagree. I do. I disagree. The normie Snyderverse fans, the ones which I don't. The Snyder cult. I know that'll rile a few people up, but I don't I don't think that they have.
I think they have. I think
Really?
yeah,
Oh,
maybe
I don't. I just honestly,
maybe not
I
like the
don't think they
Superman
would've.
movies, and definitely not Supergirl. I'd maybe give you that one, but Batman's too modern, and Batman was too big. Right?
No,
There's
I
no
just
way their parents have not. The
but
reason they
these are
love.
these are
Here's my point, Nate. Is the reason
Mm.
they probably love Batman now is because their parents sat them down and they watched Batman 1989 as a wee little kid.
Maybe,
I
but I
guarantee
just
you.
nah, I'm not. Don't guarantee. You can't.
Fair enough, but I'm willing
I
to bet
know.
that if we did a poll on Twitter that calls out the Snyder fans or whoever else,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
remember how big Batman is. Like, it was a
Well,
huge
well,
movie.
yeah, no, I get that, and someone,
And
I'm
I
getting
mean,
a
it's
little bit
lived
of
on. It's not
pushback.
like it's went away. I mean,
Yeah,
they keep
no,
re-releasing it and such.
I
So.
get it, and then let me address it because I'm getting some pushback in the chat. But let me address it. Like, I'm not talking about Snyder fans. I'm talking about the Snyder cult. There's a differentiation because the ones that are like Zack Snyder's the greatest filmmaker on earth ever clearly haven't watched many films. I'm sorry. If you think Zack Snyder's the greatest filmmaker on earth ever, you literally have not. You did you even leave your house? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You've not watched many films. So I'm talking about them, and it's quite a large portion of that audience is those individuals.
There's still a
as
gateway
well.
to that, though, Nate. That's my point too. Is even if they are Snyder cultists,
Mm.
there still has to be something that turned them on to Batman to begin with. And the animated series didn't live on that long. If it wasn't for the Dark Knight films, then it had to be the 89. Well, I'm just saying because, and I know the reasons why is because Warner Brothers themselves didn't nurture the Batman animated series, and they didn't realize how popular it was until way later. But yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe. Well, look, overall, good trailer, bait and switch. I don't know if it's going to be any good. Closing thoughts, Tom. What do you think? Anytime now.
I think a lot of people will probably go see it because of Michael Keaton more so than anything, even though we just had that debate. Because for as many people who may not know who Batman 89 was from your argument, a lot less people know who Ezra Miller is or give a crap.
Yeah,
like
I agree with that.
And that has nothing to do with his reputation. Then you have that to go along with it, because there's quite a few, not as many as the one we were on earlier with The Witcher. There's some clapback on the Flash post about Ezra Miller being in the movie. So
a lot of people aren't going to go see it just because he's in it, and because Henry's not in it.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah, and a lot of people complaining that Henry's not in it, but at the same time, it's getting a lot of positive buzz too. So I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah,
but I think they're getting a lot of goodwill from the fact that Michael Keaton is in this too.
Again, I think that just goes back to what I was saying earlier. There's high potential for this film if they would have done some things differently. This could have been $1 billion film if you brought Henry Cavill back and then you included everybody else in there. Maybe had Ezra's role, to a minimum. If you could do that in his own movie.
When he plays 3 roles, that's kind of difficult.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Have they put out a projected opening weekend for this movie?
That I know. No. Look.
Oh, what do you guys think it's going to do opening weekend?
The next Guardians of the Galaxy is projected 130 million opening US, so I would probably say 170. I reckon a little bit more than Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know if it'll do more than that. That's a good question. I'm not saying it wouldn't or couldn't, but it does have it has like 3 days, I think, on Transformers. That's the thing. It's going up against Transformers.
Yeah. And June's right around the corner.
That's what I mean. It opens on June 6th, I think it is, and then Transformers opens on June 9th. So it only has a couple days to breathe.
June 23rd is what I'm seeing, unless they moved it up.
Which one?
Flash.
Flash. Okay, maybe I thought that would come out June 6th. That's my bad. I thought it was June 6th for some reason.
June
Oh,
23rd.
June 16th.
2023.
I got here. June 16th. That's what I got here.
Okay. This might be old info that I'm looking at then.
Okay, so then it comes out the week after Transformers.
Yeah,
week-
June
week
16th.
after
Yeah.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Yep. I see another article here that's showing.
And there's
June
some people
16th.
buzzing about this Transformer movies because people love the Transformer
Yeah.
fans love the Beast Transformers. So
That's
That's gonna kill over in Asia, in the Asian
Wow.
market,
yeah.
for sure.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a soft-ish opening, like the last two DC films. I don't think it's gonna be as bad, but I think there's a lot of people now that are just kind of like not just tired of the fact that they know because they know it's going to be rebooted. I don't think so many people know that is the fact that they're just tired of superhero movies and stuff like that. And DC has
Hmm.
never really given them anything to return for at all
Yeah,
at this point. I
agree.
think that's where the box, because everybody's like pointing the finger at, oh, nobody's going to see Shazam, Black Adam, or any of these movies because of James Gunn rebooting it. And I said, no, they're not going because people aren't interested in this shit. They haven't been
Hmm.
interested. They never have. Like,
Yeah.
that's where the Snyder fans, not to piss some people off, that's what they've never understood is no one of the general public has ever been interested in this DC universe. Because we still
Yeah.
technically are in the Snyderverse. People don't
Yeah.
care.
Yep.
They don't like it. It's not Superman to them. It's not Batman and all the stuff they're kind of used to in a way. It's not what they want to see anyway, at least outside of Aquaman and Wonder Woman. And from what we're hearing about Aquaman, that thing's going to be DOA anyway.
Oh
they
yeah,
don't-
big time.
They don't even want to put nothing on the poster. Did you guys see the poster I tweeted out from CinemaCon?
Hey, yeah, I did. Yeah,
That movie comes out in what, 8 months?
yeah.
That's the
yeah.
poster we've got so
Oh.
far is Ice and a title. That's the same crap we've had for 2 years.
Yeah, definitely gonna be DOA. Yeah, the opening for this Flash movie, I'm gonna say in between 100 to 120. But if it has huge word of mouth opening night, like on the Thursday night that it drops, going into Friday, Saturday, I think it could top like 150, 160.
Oh, so
Like it-
yes, similar to what I'm saying then.
Yeah.
Mm.
If people are
Right.
coming out going, "Oh my god, this movie's awesome," definitely go
Yeah,
see
yeah.
it. I think
Yeah.
people go to the theater and go see it.
Yeah.